On enchaîne donc avec Media City Bergen. Donc on va voir aujourd'hui d'autres expériences. Expérience du nord de l'Europe qui est particulièrement active dans ce domaine-là. I think you want to make your presentation in English. If you don't mind, Christopher want to make his presentation in English. Are you okay? Yes? I leave you the floor.
In Bergen, at the Media City of Bergen, we love creating fantastic experiences for our viewers. And I think we're pretty good at it. Within our Media City, we have companies that represent about half of the global market of visual technology. And that's something that I think will be particularly relevant for the discussions we have had around the Global Content Alliance. But I will come back to that in a few moments. Let me start by talking a bit about Media City Bergen. We launched in 2015. We have about 100 companies in membership. We range from big media owners down to one-man band startups that are part of our incubator. We fall roughly into 8 categories. It's a bit difficult to put everyone into a category, but roughly 8 categories. Media owners are our state broadcaster, NRK, and the biggest commercial broadcaster, TV2. And out of TV2, there have been a number of very interesting spin-offs that have become members in their own rights, and particularly in the visual technology are a couple of interesting examples. I'll come back to that in a moment. Media production, as you would expect, content is produced within the Media City for the broadcasters and the newspapers. And we also have international players such as ITV Studios. They have their Nordic offices at the Media City. Media production solutions is a kind of a wide concept that ranges from online streaming. VMon is big in the US and also in Asia, where they represent or they deliver the solution for streaming for iFlix, which is the Asian equivalent of Netflix. Electric Friends, they do camera robotics, and they have equipped the new newsroom of TV2, and is a state-of-the-art that's now being visited by broadcasters across the world to see the new newsroom. Healthcare, it's also an opportunity for media, both in terms of video and audio, for treatment and help of those in need. The Duke of Cambridge was highly amused when he came to Norway recently and was allowed to get on an exercise bike and cycle around campus where he met the Duchess. And this is something that's used for getting old people exercising, where they can watch a video from where they grew up or a particular area that they are very fond of. Some of you might be on Fun Run already, a Dirty Bit game that is one of the game companies at our Media City. Hopefully you're still with me. Education and research is of course essential for our Media City. All the relevant institutions of higher education, including our university in Bergen, are members of the Media City. And the Institute of Informatics and Media Studies, they have their institute literally in our building together, so their auditoriums and their studios. So students can work alongside the industry, they can work on cases, do internships, and of course, as we know, innovation comes very often from the younger generation. And finally, new platforms for media users. That's an unusual category, but I thought that's probably the best way to describe it. That goes from anything from being your own DJ, using the Vibble app where you can mix your music, add all the effects that you like, to InkyPen, which is for those of you that read comics. It's a new portal where through one subscription you can access thousands of titles of comics. And we moved into our new building last autumn. My office is right at the top of the tower at the back, and that's where we run workshops. We have our media lab, and that's also where we are preparing the Bergen media platform, which is an unusual cooperation between companies, where the APIs will all be accessible through the Bergen media platform. The solutions will be available so that new companies that want to plug in their new and exciting services, that they're able to do so without having to adapt their code to different platforms. And being located in one building allows for innovation in a completely different way. The fact that we are meeting for lunches and coffees just makes the barrier of talking to each other between companies, even if we are competitors, very, very different. And we run a good number of events in our area of the Media City, anything from show and tells to international conferences. And now I wanted to move on to the discussion we had earlier about the Global Content Alliance, and the two companies that I would like to introduce you to. One is called VisRT, and the other is 60. VisRT are known for providing visual graphics for news, for sports, for elections. They can allow the news presenter to visualize how a cyclone works on screen. They can walk through a 3D animation of a city right there in front of them from the newsroom. And of course, the graphics can also very well be used for any kind of sports events, even live events. And I will show you a video from American football match obviously in the US, where VisRT partnered with Panasonic, put up 4 massive screens in the middle of the pitch, and you can see the result for yourself. Play until the end. You might have seen the 4 giant screens that were in the middle of the pitch just before that graphic. Yeah, so that was a pretty big match, well attended. Sorry, I will go back so we don't start that just yet. Next I wanted to talk about is 60. Now, one thing is that the entertainment on while you're at the stadium, but also there's one way of being entertained as a part of the viewing, either from home or at the stadium, or it will even start before you go to the match. And this is about enriching the data feed, the video feed using data and graphics to bring that to life on your screen. The video that you'll see just now is as 60 launched their Ease Live platform, and they've had the first client since then, so they could have, or they're in the process of putting it together, a new video on that. But you will see that as you leave from home on your way to the match, you'll be able to look up past matches. You can look up on today's match and be prepared, looking at the team stats, player stats, and you can follow the matches as they go happen across different matches at the same time, all put together through the 60 solution that makes it really easy for the event owner to manage that experience. So here she is checking some of the team stats of the players on the teams, the table, and changing the match and getting the visuals up for that. So the first client of 60 happens to be the NBA. They were not allowed to talk about that from the start, but in January at the Sports Video Group's Nordic Summit at the Media City Bergen, it was announced that 60 is working with the NBA, and as those of you that know the NBA, you know that's a pretty difficult contract to land. So what I would like to do is to invite the Global Content Alliance that once you have completed your survey and you have got input to what the future looks like for live entertainment at sports events, that we run a workshop at our Media City to try to put all the puzzle together and make a roadmap for the way forward.
Thank you, Christopher. Do you have any questions? Samantha, do you have a question for Christopher?
Well, I did manage to have some before.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.